Sometimes people will come in and be like, this is what I've been looking for. They'll be like completely amazed and they'll love it. Sometimes people will be like, you know, cold faced, just like, what the fuck's going on here?
In cities and towns across Australia, people are sharing their living spaces with housemates. There are many different ways of making sharing work. And in this episode, we went out and found two of the more unique, interesting and controversial ones. First up, there's Crunchy Town.
Everyone's really close and comfortable with each other, so sleeping in the same bed as someone else it's not really that big of a deal.
And if you like boundaries, there's the private house.
You've got to have that personal space where this is mine and it doesn't affect anybody else as long as the smell doesn't get out.
But could you live in these houses? This is Crunchy Town.
Every day it's Christmas here at Crunchy Town.
This is not your ordinary share house.
But it's weird to say that it's a share house because it's like, it's a bit more than that.
It's not just one building, but three, separated by a fence with a hole in it.
It's just true community. Like it's what we're capable of as humans.
Everyone here eats together, cleans together, parties together.
It's kind of like a democracy, but at the same time, it's an anarchy as well.
There's a lot of people living here.
I think privacy is like probably the first thing that disappears. There are no locks on the doors in any part of the house.
If you live in Crunchy Town, you're sharing with 20 to 30 people at any one time.
Because we are so full right now, we sometimes like 3 people in one double bed. It kind of works.
Welcome to Crunchy Town. This share house is made up of 15 long-term housemates, while the rest are couch surfers or travellers who stay anywhere from a couple of days to a few months.
The solid group of the people that are living here, we're really deep in that whole vibe of like getting everyone out of their shells, and everyone's being comfortable with themselves. So when people see that other people are just opening up and being comfortable and there's no shame, kind of, people see that as an invitation to just be themselves.
Sam has like a statement about Crunchy Town, and it was like, where introverts become extroverts.
There's a guy every morning, he just goes out into the garden, pulls his shorts and his trousers down and says good morning to the sun. You know, completely butt naked, he just does what he likes. That's it, Crunchy Town, you can just do whatever you want to do.
Okay, so there's 2 houses. This is the mothership, next door is the temple, and the moon room is where the couch surfers and the party happens. Privacy is not really a big thing here. Everyone is sharing a bed in the house that has a bed. And if you're on the couch, sometimes they're sharing couch space as well. So we got beds in every room. And then we have 2 rooms that are dedicated to couch surfing. So we've got a 4-bunk bed in one room and then a 6-bunk bed. And then there's couches, and then sometimes people just sleep on top of people as well. So it gets pretty out of control.
That you know, it's like that. I go sleep every night. I love that. It's perfect.
My travel mate and me, we slept in the moon room in some of the couches. When he left, I slept in the middle bank with John. After that, I slept on the bottom with Cameron and Will. So right now we're sleeping 3 people.
My room here is just 2 of us. It can be awkward sharing with a girl. I've got a few friends who sometimes come and stay with me. Yeah, 3 in a bed isn't pleasant in here. Alice is not happy when that happens.
Sharing a bed and a room isn't always easy, especially for certain activities.
Everyone's really close and comfortable with each other, so sleeping in the same bed as someone else is not really that big of a deal.
No one was in the actual room, but people were in. There's like gaps in the ceiling between the rooms, so people would be in the next room and they could hear. But you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of young people here who are, you know, just in that space of like not wanting anything serious, and they just flow with it. And if like the mood takes them, they, you know, have a little fling with whoever's open to it.
Tell me. Sexy tell me.
We were quite respectful though, you know what I mean? Like 2 in the morning, I wasn't going at it hard. We, you know, go to the recreation ground or something actually. It's quite a nice place to go.
While some go willingly into an open share house, for others, it's a bit more practical.
The only reason I live in a share house, as much as a learning experience and There are fun trip things about it. I don't like it. Get my cup of tea and my cigarette and my book and we'll be fine.
This is a share house where there's 3 bedrooms and a study, a backyard complete with chickens, a cat and a cactus. There's also Gwyn.
I like interacting socially with people, but in small bursts.
There's Jan. There's Jan's chooks.
I think I've managed to speak chicken fairly well. It seems to be working because they do respond.
There's John.
He can be quite a challenging person at times, just due to his personality and the person he is.
Most people in share houses have basically taken a big punt on whether they can trust the people around them, and a lot of the time that trust is broken because, well, I don't know what the requirements for language here. You might have to bleep this bit. There's some fuckheads out there.
And there's Morgana Legay.
The 4th housemate, the 4th housemate would be Morgana, I think.
And what makes this share house different is that while they all live together, they all live very separate lives.
When you live like we do, privacy is precious, and you've got to have that space of your own where you can let it all hang out and be as much of a disgrace as you like, as long as you keep your shit off other people.
This is the private house.
Lucky us, we've got another bill. Ooh. I knew you'd be happy. Had to do something about it eventually. Yeah. So that's the news.
My housemates are Jan, Gwyn and Morgana, a severely dressed, perhaps even slightly occult lady. They live across the hall from me. We're all quiet people, keep to ourselves, occasionally a little bit of polite functional contact. We like each other, but largely we do this basically for functional reasons.
I think I don't live with people my own age, largely because there's a lot more social interaction required. Yeah. I think living with people Jan and John's age is much less exhausting, so really I have more room to be my own person in my own space and then go out and do young people things with young people in bursts.
I spend a lot of time just wandering around looking at the chooks. Oh, I usually just talk to the chickens about just general conversation. I still don't know what they're actually saying, but I get the feeling that they're quite happy with my attempts at communication.
Where's my fucking pen? I'd have one on me if it were for real. I do performance poetry, rather less often than someone who fancies himself a performance poet should. Oh, do you want me to start the actual simulation of practicing my poetry, which I will not do with anyone else around, so this is clearly a simulation. So, you want me to do some poetry? We'll do it together, but first we have to find some. I saw some in a magazine. It was slick, sweet and smooth with cool lines like Vorsprung Durchschnitt, and it had 6 speeds and a folding metal roof, and we could glide through unknown cities and consider giving passers-by the finger. Yes, together we could do... No, forgot to bloody rewrite. Fuck. Let's see. Okay. No.
Do you want to grab a couple of people to repair this?
It'd be my pleasure.
I gotta keep an eye on the fire.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, today we're gonna throw a party for the Latin Americans that are leaving on Monday. So we're gonna cook up a big barbecue, gonna play some Spanish music and kind of just all relax and, you know, do it the Spanish style, I guess. Hey, are you busy?
Nope. I'll go.
People have called me leader, but I don't particularly like that title. I guess I would prefer like organizer of anything.
Sam is an energetic leader. He's amazingly positive.
He is a leader. I think a leader has to just hold vision, but if he needs things to get done, it's usually for the greater good. That's why people respect him and love him so much, because he's so, like, his perspective is always about everybody.
I'm gonna show you how to make the mate.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my upbringing has a lot to do with Country Town and why it is. My dad had 9 wives and 64 children. So I did grow up in a big community of people, so that has been ingrained in me since like I was a child, that living with people, there's something about it. There's an energy that you get from all the people around you when they're working together. I think that way of life is the only way of life for me. Like living by myself sounds like a little bit of a hard time. Okay, everyone, we're gonna do a big cleanup. Probably like 3 people in the kitchen.
Shotgun kitchen.
Yeah, shotgun trying out.
It's actually interesting because there are no rules here, and there are a lot of chores to this house. It does need a lot of people to take care of it and just make it like a comfortable area, and it needs it every day. So that's a challenge.
I'm really hoping that the flies are gonna go away up. At least for half.
Yeah, after we clean them, the flies all leave.
Yeah.
That's nice.
For a bit, and then we wake up the next day and all back.
Hey.
So
They're
so
persistent.
confident. I yawned yesterday and one landed on the inside of my mouth. I was like, are you serious?
Because this is such a big group, it actually makes it easier than like living with even 12 people. Because when you have 30 people, if there are dishes in the sink, somebody's gonna feel guilty at some point and do them. If somebody's hungry, he's gonna make food at some point. 1 out of 30 is gonna do it.
This is goongria. Sangria made with goon.
I wonder what it is. I don't know, man, but I'm not sure if we should eat it.
Yeah.
It could be steel. Galvanised steel. And it also doesn't look a safe colour either.
Yeah.
We have a grill from the oven on top of that sheet. Yeah, but I don't think we should eat it. Your life in Crunchy Town is just a dream. You know, we live like kings for basically nothing.
Although there's 20+ people living here, food is $0 at the moment. I haven't bought groceries for like 3 years, like properly. I don't even know what it's like shopping anymore.
And now, a cautionary tale of when good housemates go bad. Based on your true life stories. You can pick your housemates, but you don't get to pick their partners. I probably should have warned Lisa that first night she stayed over. Should have told her that my house is not like other houses. That my housemate's boyfriend is different. When she got out of bed that dark and stormy night for a snack, I should have said something. I should have said, when you go to the fridge, just trust me on this. Whatever you do, don't look up. Bob just likes to do that. He's a bit weird. I never saw her again. Do not try this at home. All stunts performed in controlled conditions by a professional stunt chicken.
Morgana is the 4th member of the house, and I find her very, very interesting. I like her style.
First time we'd actually met face to face, Morgana came out and asked me to lace up her corset. I was rather afraid to tighten it up as much as requested, but you know, her business.
I think the idea would be to look down. Oh no, I don't. Half look down.
Morgana is my drag persona and sorceress extraordinaire. She spreads her malign influence across the household and drunkenly drifts through the shared areas of the house, leaving a trail of glitter, black tinsel and booze. And the occasional broken heel.
Yes, okay, that's it. Now, can you see a difference? It's very subtle, it's not a lot.
It takes a couple of hours to prepare Morgana. It's a process of very heavy makeup application, wig adjustment, corset lacing, and drinking. She looks a bit like Morticia Adams if she let herself go a bit. I'd say Morgana is definitely a more extroverted version of me, much more forthcoming, and I think the makeup is quite a good mask to kind of project from behind.
Okay, this isn't too tight, I hope. Oh no, just lost it all. There we go.
I think Morgana was partially created as a means of really having a persona to project out, essentially. So I'm very introverted and quiet, so Morgana is an opportunity to break out of that somewhat.
Oh dear. Now that's in exactly the wrong spot for you to hold, so If you could just pinch where I'm pinching there. Can you feel where I'm pinching?
Yeah, just put the
finger and thumb.
Okay.
Finger and thumb, okay. Okay, you got a pinch? Good. That sort of thing's an identity thing. I dress up as a bloke, even though I'm male. But I'm dressed up as a bloke. I'm pretending to be me, whoever the fuck that is. He's perhaps less pretending when she's Morgana. Issues of identity are central, just, people who are dressing up are more honest about that. Now, is that acceptable?
Yep, that's good.
Okay, done.
Thank you.
Now, where's the wine? Well, the boundaries of personal space and private space have to be agreed for you to be able to live in a place. You've got to have that personal space, which is basically what allows you to keep the civil tone of the common interaction, because you've got your private space where this is mine. Now, I can not clean up for 3 months and it doesn't affect anybody else as long as the smell doesn't get out.
Personal and private spaces in the household aren't really rigorously enforced in any way. It's just, as we're all quite introverted people, it just tends to happen.
I disagree. If it wasn't enforced and people did not consider it a hard, enforceable boundary, there would be arguments with me.
Well, when we have new couch servers, we pretty much immediately tell them about the food situation. Sometimes they react like, that's pretty disgusting. Do you need money? Do you need help? And it's not even a money issue. It's actually, you could get free food. Why wouldn't you choose to get free food? The food comes from the dumpsters out the back of supermarkets. It sounds disgusting, but it's just a bin full of food, and usually pretty nicely packaged. I've never eaten better in my life, actually, than from the dumpster. So it looks like a perfectly fine 500 gram.
Already at room temperature.
Sometimes we have run-ins with the people. Sometimes they say they're going to call the cops and they threaten us and they treat us like we're like a raccoon in the bin, you know? Or we've had people like, hey, what are you guys doing? Interested to see what we're doing. Some people will hold it up as much as they can, and I'm going to go here.
Often there's a ridiculous range of treats. Sometimes it is a bit dirty. You do have to get your hands dirty. You know, like in the heat, a broken pack of sugar will suddenly be a sticky mess. You know what I mean?
You guys want toothbrush?
Yeah,
First of all, you have to admit that you kind of like feel like I'm like in a dumpster. Like I really.
Oh, what does that smell like?
Sugar! It's just like you just got to move stuff out of the way, and then usually there's just heaps of fresh produce, like loads of it.
Grab that salad. That's moldy rice.
Oh, right, it looks like spinach.
We go to the bin and it's full of food. You just think, oh, there are people out there that aren't eating because we're throwing that out. That is ridiculous. So we might as well make the most of it and eat it.
This is barbecue beef. Perfect. Let's just get it.
Perfect. It's incredible and sad at the same time how much food we get, and they just like throw it away. It was kind of make me angry and sad about the world that we don't have anything else to figure out how we deal with all the waste we have.
Bread?
And we actually make a point of it, I think, that all the food that we get, we use all of it. Like if something goes bad, then we've dumpster dive too much, and we try not to do that.
Do you want to check deeper on this side?
Let's finish there.
That is actually why this community works, because the fundamental need, nourishment, food, is met for everybody. There's always food there. Like it's like, okay, yep, help yourself to the food.
All good, guys. Let's do it.
One more bag of potatoes.
And then we get back to the house and there'll be a team that will clean all of the stuff in the sink because that's key. It does sometimes smell a bit.
Yeah, just throw the dirty stuff up here. I'll clean it.
Someone grabbing dirty stuff, putting it in the sink?
If it's, it's gonna sound weird, if it's not infringing on like any homeless person that's actually using this food before me, then yeah, sure, I'll eat the food. Like, I've eaten worse. Like, I've eaten off the ground once, I don't know, like it's fine. So, totally fine.
We're done. That's it. Yeah.
People probably wanted more red than this.
Yeah. I was thinking doing this kind of rare would be really nice, but then, I don't know, dumpster meat, we should kind of cook it a little bit longer. You should be right though. Look at that juiciness there, mate.
Everyone that comes to our parties like have an awesome time, so usually it's only actually one neighbour that's upset.
The ratio goes, if one person's having a bad time, you have to make sure that 50 people are having fun to compensate for it. So if you throw a house party and there are 3 neighbours who are going to be annoyed, you have to invite 150 people.
This is what happened to our ball.
Is that the volleyball?
Yeah, we sent it to the neighbors like today.
Oh really?
This is how they sent it back.
The ones in the back?
They stabbed it.
What?
Wow.
The neighbor?
Yeah, don't like us. Neighbor don't like us. We are too many. We try to be quiet, but we are too many probably. Yeah.
Which neighbor was it? The woman that always making problems?
No, the other ones.
These ones?
Yeah, because we have a really bad neighbors here. And then, no, probably we are the bad neighbors.
Yeah. We are the noisy ones.
We try.
Whilst not everyone buys into the Crunchy Town philosophy, the housemates certainly do.
I'm kind of shy at first, and then when I open myself, then it's okay. I'm just really extroverted as a person, but just being part of this amazing like ambience and just feeling really yourself, you know, like, okay, these guys are obviously crazy, doing crazy games when it involves to sometimes take your clothes off or just kiss someone that you don't know, and it's like, yeah, let's just be ourselves and not like be bothered by social, like, I don't know, behaviors and stuff that we usually have when we meet new people.
If I would compare to other where people live together, they live together in one space, in a house, they live next to each other in a room, but they don't communicate as much. They're kind of like living as individuals in one house, same as we would have like a huge building block. People live next to each other as neighbors for years and years to come, but they never actually communicate with each other. And here it's like everybody communicates. When you see a person, you greet the person, you hug the person, you ask how they're doing, and I think communication is the most powerful tool we have here in Country Town, and that's where we really excel. And that's kind of like also the beauty of Country Town, one of the aspects.
It's very easy to compare this house to the Neverland, you know, and we are like the lost kids, and Sam is like, you know, Peter Pan, the guy that never grow up. In the moment you stay here, you feel like the time stops. We have fun. We don't think about the outside. We can live so cheaply, and in the moment you have to leave this place, you have to grow up again.
With 30 people, no private space, sharing a bed, but free food, could you live in this house?
Actually, my goal is to expand, influence people enough that they start their own and live the same way. Maybe not exactly like this, but their own way of doing it, but at least together. Like that's the main thing, I guess.
I feel like a lot of share houses, they do have that real sense of connection, obviously, but Crunchy Town's special just because there's an atmosphere here, it's electric, and everyone's a part of it. It's awesome.
And now, a cautionary tale of when good housemates go bad. Based on your true life stories. One night, Marjorie was resting in her bedroom when she heard a man's voice in the house. She was curious as to whom her lovely housemate Rosemary had brought home. This was rare. Well done, Rosemary. Marjorie really wanted a sandwich, so this was a perfect excuse to meet him and chew the fat a bit. So she headed out into the lounge. There she discovered Rosemary having an orgy with several other people. There were loins everywhere. It was awful. Marjorie was sizzling with embarrassment, but she wanted that sandwich. She decided she would not be foiled. Marjorie picked her way through the tangled sausage fest. She made her sandwich, whilst trying not to make eye contact through the undulating rumps. Marjorie fled back to her bedroom, careful not to squash anyone's rissoles. Back in her room, Marjorie was stuffed. It really was a very good sandwich, but after everything she'd seen, she decided she would probably never sleep again. Any resemblance to lamb chops leaving or eaten is purely coincidental.
There was an incident with John involving a perceived transgression of the boundaries of his personal space. So that led to an incident which led to us giving him his 30 days notice.
I felt that John didn't trust either Gwyn or I. And that was very upsetting. And it also made me realise that it is impossible for any meaningful relationship if they think you're going to sneak into their room when they've gone out.
So that's left 2 rooms for us to fill, his study, this room, and his bedroom. I just need to go over with a damp cloth and give it a bit of a scrub. A damp sponge. Sooner is better than later when it comes to finding new housemates, but for the time being, most of the burden will fall on Jan, as unfortunately I just don't have additional rent to cover the 2 rooms, so I can continue covering my room, but hopefully we find someone quickly, because the difference would have to go on to Jan, and she can't really cover it.
What's the response been on Facebook?
I've had a couple of actual people just sort of tag friends in it, which is quite useful.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's good.
We'll definitely be continuing to look for people who are also quite quiet and reserved people as well, because we're still very much a household of introverts. I don't know if they know that we've got chickens. I did mention the chickens in the listings. So.
Yes. Perhaps we should get photos of the chickens.
Yeah, we'll have to get pictures of the chickens. I think Morgana would need to wait a while before being introduced to new housemates. But if I do find housemates who are more comfortable with people like Morgana, then I'm more than happy for them to meet her.
With John gone and 2 spare rooms, could you live in this house with Jan, Gwyn and Morgana?
Morgana's opinion on new housemates varies depending on the housemates, but generally speaking, she's a fan of fresh meat. I think that's it for now.
Across Australia, more and more people are turning to house sharing as not just a lifestyle choice, but a necessity.
Let's get fucked, we'll drink to Lady Luck.
Our housemates have found their own ways to make it work, most of the time.
Oh, bang.
But could you see yourself living in any of these houses?
In Crunchy Town.
People think that this place, either they think it's going to be like a total paradise where you just get to roll around in cute animals all the time, or they're like, oh my God, how do you study, work, live a normal life as a young person in a share house with that many animals and that kind of responsibility.
In cities and towns across Australia, people are sharing their living spaces with housemates. There are many different ways of making sharing work, and in this episode, we went out and found 2 of the more unique, interesting, and controversial ones. First up, there's the animal house.
I definitely relate more to animals than people. Animals are very genuine and very honest. There's no bullshit.
And if you're one for systems, look no further than the app house.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an undertone of competition, but you just got to get over that, like it's not meant to be competitive.
But could you live in these houses? This isn't your ordinary share house.
Calm down.
Animals outnumber the humans.
They're not very good with paying rents, but otherwise they're pretty interesting to live with.
Set on 5 acres, you won't find your usual animal residents.
The dingoes and the foxes, there's also the cats. We've got 2 rats and Otis, who's a ferret.
But it's not for everyone.
I had another housemate a couple of years ago who was allergic to cats too, that did not work out.
There's Charlie, who founded the share house and the animal rescue.
If you didn't feel personally responsible for 47 animals, why would you live with them?
His girlfriend Claire.
Did he actually say that he didn't want someone straight to move in? I know we were laughing about it in the kitchen.
Marius, who's recently moved in.
I did want a pet-friendly place. This is obviously very pet-friendly.
And all the rescue volunteers.
I don't think it's the type of place where you just move in and you just don't, ow, baby. He likes noses.
With rent to pay and the upkeep of the shelter, they're desperate to find a new housemate.
Pretty much as soon as possible, we need to fill the room.
But with so many animals and an hour from the nearest city, can they find anyone who can handle all this?
People think it's pretty mad, in both senses of the word.
Welcome to the Animal House.
Yeah, we have a pretty out there share house as far as things go, 3 human residents and 40 plus animal residents. It's not for everyone. We had one housemate move out because she felt that I wasn't around enough or concentrating enough on housemate things. The final straw was that she really wanted there to be a separate animal washing machine and a separate human washing machine. We only own one washing machine. She went out and got another one, but then I washed some kind of milky kitten bedding in the human washing machine. And she found out about it. But I kind of said, look, at the end of the day, the animals come first. And she said, that's a problem for me. Like, you have other people in your life. And I said, that's just how it goes. So the animal rescue that I run here is Sydney Fox Rescue, and then we have Sydney Dingo Rescue. But essentially we work with the animals that no one else can take or that no one else wants to work with. The so-called ferals, the invasive animals, the pest species. When these guys came in as rescues, they were living in a pretty shit situation. So to see them just letting people pick them up and being able to meet strangers and go out is a big difference. I mean, they put on 25% of their body weight, since they came in, they were that skinny,
I would love to see all animals free, but unfortunately that's not the case for a lot of animals, and the only option for them once they have been bred into captivity or rescued as an orphan and can't fend for themselves in the wild is to live in captivity. So it's the best option for them at this time.
So it's a pretty busy day today. We've got new volunteers coming in to train, and then everybody sort of collectively going to sort of form a bit of a team for a working bee. I would face the door of the cubby house facing the door. Yeah. So it needs to. It needs to rotate clockwise.
Charlie is a very unique guy. He's extremely passionate about what he does, to the point where he puts others, especially the animals, before himself.
Oh, don't. I'm terrified of spiders. I definitely relate more to animals than people. Animals are very genuine and very honest. There's no bullshit. I'll wait till we bring the feeds down. Slim, calm down.
We're pretty lucky our volunteers are super respectful. But yeah, for more introverted people, it can be a bit like, oh, I don't want to go out into those common spaces because I don't feel like seeing people and that kind of thing. But most of the time we're just stoked to see volunteers because otherwise it's just us doing it.
I kind of am out of the house a lot in terms of work and uni, so I don't know all the volunteers as of yet. Sometimes I'll just walk in and there'll be someone in the house I don't know, and I'm like, okay, I suppose you're Charlie, you're not just someone who's broken in to make a sandwich.
Good boy. Sit. Good boy.
If living with the chaos of an animal shelter isn't really your thing, then maybe you'd prefer somewhere that's striving for the perfect share house system.
The word economy originally comes from household management, would you believe? So the origins of the word in the 18th century are literally of running your household well. And so I just feel like you're bringing economics back to its origins.
This is a share house with 7 people living in it.
Yeah, so 6 other housemates, one of whom's my wife, who I don't really think of as a housemate. So there's my wife and I and 5 housemates.
There's 2 levels and 7 bedrooms.
This is up there with the smallest room I've ever lived in.
Sometimes the bigger the room, the bigger the problem.
You can hear like anyone taking a piss as well. And you can hear people taking a shit too. It's like, and you're like, oh.
This is no ordinary share house. It uses a system that's more like a microeconomy.
I'm a bit rebellious, so initially I came in kind of fighting the system.
With the housemates as the labour force who compete for points.
So you can see there that I've done 60 points on my Sunday afternoon cleaning session.
And those points equal money.
When I tell people about the house, people just give me a really weird look, like, wow, like you live in such a cult house where everyone's really anal and stuff, but I don't feel like it's like really anal.
This isn't just a share house, it's an economy.
This is my wife Ying. This is Ty, Anna, Rose, Emmanuel, and Erwin. And Tars, sorry, I always forgot the Japanese spits.
Well, how about I unload and you just pack the food?
Yeah. The system makes for better house sharing because it allows everyone to get along and to get along very well. It's a decentralised domestic labour system that allows a free-floating, exchange of everyone's labour and recording everyone's time that they're putting in to communal activities. And at the end of the period of a month, then they can settle that based on what they agree democratically to be the rate of their time of their domestic labour.
At the end of the month, if your points are above the average, then you pay less, and those below the average then have to pay more. Put it simply, the more housework you do, the less you pay.
If you aren't comfortable with doing a lot of housework, or maybe you are just lazy, it means you can fairly do that because you're paying for it.
This economic system is now managed, monitored, and controlled through the digital app.
It's pretty cool. It's basically like a point system. So all the chores in the house is clocked and each task is worth a few points here and there, and basically it aggregates it so that we can, whoever does the most housework in the house pretty much pay less bills.
The creator of this system and app is Jules. He's lived in a share house for a lot longer than most people normally do.
I'm still house sharing after 12 years because I think it's the best way I could possibly live at this moment in my life and in my wife's life. During that period, I've lived with 86 housemates.
Jules's personality is that he's, how do you describe it? He's very...
Gregarious, conscientious.
I'm thinking of words though, that sound actually really bad, but it's not, you know what I mean? Okay, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else. I don't know. I don't think of myself in adjectives, strange enough.
So I forgot to put anything on the spreadsheet when I was away for December.
Okay, just chuck that in now.
I forgot my days.
I was about to say I haven't been keeping update with the spreadsheet.
I studied economics and management. Yeah, sort of economics really. My mind is that of an economist.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll get that sorted out, Mel, and be all good.
If you can have a fair relationship between other people, like the word fairness in its original sort of, Greek origins is the same as justice effectively. Like it's Plato's fourth principle upon which he believes, a republic should be based. And I think that ideal, that principle is true for a small group as it is for a large. I think that ideal of a republic in a broad political sense can be boiled down to adults living together who want to live together as equals.
Rusty, stay. I don't know how Charlie does uni and work and has all these guys running around. I've been here for about a year. I can see the admin side of it that mostly Charlie's running, so it's a lot of work.
Oh, someone else take over hitting.
At the moment, Charlie is pretty much paying for most of this house, as well as we both put most of our spare money into the rescue, and it's too expensive.
I pay to run the rescue. The rescue doesn't pay me. It's the job that you pay to have.
Go, Marius. You can do it.
Thanks. I feel part of the house to a certain extent. I do help out with a few things and sometimes feeding them, and I suppose kind of lending an extra hand.
Living in a share house, I guess, with so many animals, I'm always convinced my housemates are going to move out. So often me and Claire are like, why does Marius live here?
Is that helping at all?
No, it's not.
I'm 18 years old. This is my first share house. I've never done it, obviously, but I would bet that they're probably a bit different to this one. Didn't expect the dingoes to howl quite so on time every morning. So that's...
Sorry, I'll stop micromanaging.
I'm worried when a new animal arrives and, you know, maybe they cry at night for the first couple of days and set everyone off and housemates aren't going to get enough sleep and they're going to get cranky and they're going to move out. Or I'm worried when the volunteers forget to take the rubbish out and we come home and there's flies and everything smells awful, or when the fridges accidentally turn off and meat juice defrosts and pours all over the porch. So as glad as I am that other people want to partake in that journey, I don't always understand it.
Good work, team.
This is where our new housemate is moving in.
This is the spare room.
We do have an empty room to fill. Our rent's gone up, money's pretty tight. I only work part-time and study as well, so it would be good to have some of the burden of the rent shared.
With the working bee done, they turn their attention to urgently filling the room.
Yeah, and then I put like wildlife rescuers seek housemate, like cheap, pet-friendly.
Pet-friendly. Pets aren't always friendly though.
The pets aren't always friendly. We need to talk about noise in general and that like
Dingo
the animals
house.
wake up pretty early. Like if they're not a morning person, they have to be a deep sleeper.
I'm worried about filling the room just because I'm not sure how keen people are to be in a semi-rural setting with a bunch of people that aren't typically very rural kind of people, with a bunch of animals and a bunch of queer, vegetarian, vegan people. Yeah, so I hope we find someone.
And now a cautionary tale of when good housemates go bad. Based on your true life stories.
This is my room, and this is my stuff. This is my stuff going missing. All sorts of things. Makeup, pillows, books, clothes. It was driving me crazy. I knew it wasn't my housemate, Jade. She wouldn't fit in any of my clothes, and I'd never seen her wearing my makeup. But as things kept disappearing, I had to check. And there it all was, under Jade's bed. Makeup, pillows, books, clothes. I took it all back. When I asked her about it, she finally admitted that she was a kleptomaniac. Kleptomaniac. She couldn't help it. So I made the klepto shelf, just for Jade, where I put all of the stuff I didn't mind losing for a while. And every now and then, I'd go and get them back, and the cycle would continue. And it worked perfectly. For a while. Until Jade stole the shelf. Jade...
As well as stealing from her housemate, Jade also stole my heart. Call me Jade.
Chores in most share houses mean just cleaning up after yourself. But in this share house, they have a positive or negative effect on your bank balance.
Yeah, well, I'm just adding the shower task to my score at the moment.
This task here, the cleaning lounge room's worth 15 points.
Sweep the courtyard, 38 points.
I'm below average, apparently. Once a week, I'll look at my ranking on the on the ladder, even though I know mostly of the time that I'm at the bottom.
I think the most I've ever saved might have been $200.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But average, I'd say, is between 80 and 120.
I don't think I've ever got this before, this clean.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an undertone of competition, but you just got to get over that. Like, it's not meant to be competitive.
Jules is probably primary cleaner. Me and Ying are primary cookers, followed by maybe Emmanuel, who's an all-rounder. Owen's more of an all-rounder.
What do I do?
Rose works a lot.
Rose works a lot.
Ty and I, we were always out and about, and we were also just young 20-somethings who are just reckless and can't be bothered doing anything.
Okay.
It's more than just the app and chores. Every aspect of the house is controlled through a system.
And so each housemate has their initials and they can mark whether they're in for dinner, whether they intend to cook for dinner, whether they're going to be home late and just want leftovers, whether they're not in for dinner or whether they're away.
Yes, tonight will be a bigger meal than normal with almost all of us here.
Now we have no space on the skewer
Yeah.
for the onion because you're doing the weird art stuff here.
Everyone's prepping for the barbecue. Is this the perfect share house?
Truth be told, yes, there's an issue, and I think eventually we need to solve that because it is bothering me.
And now, a cautionary tale of when good housemates go bad. Based on your true life stories. The case you are about to see is real. Only the names have been changed to protect the indecent. It concerns a man we will refer to as Subject X, who shared a house with Subject Y. No, P. No, Alan. Subject X noticed that his laundry basket was mysteriously being emptied. Then, even more mysteriously, clean clothes were being folded and put back in his drawers. The prime suspect was Ellen. On Thursday, the 21st of November, Subject X left for work as usual, then snuck back in an hour later to try to catch the suspected suspect in the act. Upon entering his own bedroom, Subject X found the suspect, Ellen, asleep on Subject X's bed, lying on top of the dirty laundry, naked, except for a pair of Subject X's shoes. The case was solved, although what happened next is still unclear. If you have any information about any laundry crimes, please contact your local dry cleaners. Cash rewards offered.
So this is our spare room. It's been empty for a while now, particularly because our rent's going up. We've really got to find another housemate. It's got a window that looks out onto the porch, which is cool. So yeah, hopefully we find someone. It's pretty dusty.
Although it's desperate, there are some requirements they won't budge on.
Yeah, I suppose it's important for them to be queer friendly because all three of us are queer, so it would be a bit of an issue if they weren't.
You know, when you are someone who's queer, and particularly for myself as someone who identifies as transgender, like, I think that there's real concerns around safety and things like that. I think that people do need to not just be queer friendly, but have an understanding maybe of what that means. It's your home, like, you want to be able to feel safe and comfortable and be yourself around housemates and feel like there's no judgment, no awkward questions.
I think for Charlie, because it's such an important part of his own identity, he doesn't even want to have to explain it or defend it or for it to be something that someone has to try and understand. He just wants it to be a great thing that people are all cool with. Marius, do you need a glass of water? Well, I made you one anyway.
I mean, I think it's fine now, like, there's very rarely a time where someone misgenders me now. Like, when I introduce myself as Charlie, people go, yep, Charlie, he, obviously a dude, you know, but I think that when you're sort of early stages of transitioning, like, people aren't always as respectful of that. Luckily, I have pretty good housemates in that respect, but there's always someone who wants to ask something awkward. I mean, it's a process of education and learning as well. I just don't always want to be the person that has to educate people.
So what did you write on the ad?
In capitals, text or email only, do not call. One person called me and I was just like, you didn't, I was like, you didn't read the ad. Like, I really don't like talking to people on the phone. Like,
So finding a new housemate is all about, trying to get them out here, to lure them out here to see the place and try and, sell it to them here.
we had a lot of people, 2 people actually, that we thought might potentially be really good, who seemed really keen. We emailed them back, just never heard again, even when we checked in. Then we had another 3 people who were pretty keen to come and have a look, who throughout the week pretty much, and 2 of them just this morning, just fell off the face of the earth. Okay,
Cool.
With only a couple of people showing interest, they're hoping that at least one will be keen.
There's a lot of people who don't like foxes and dingoes as well, so we're always a bit worried when we do housemate searching, like about putting it out there. Then the next pen over, these are the kind of shyer guys in here.
I suppose having a lot of animals around is something, even if you do have your own pets, it's a bit of a difference in terms of just the sheer amount of animals.
Marius has the biggest room, my room's similar size to this room, and this is the room that we're leasing. It is small, but like it's also got a built-in out, you've got curtain.
I have been looking for quite a while. So yeah, it's been quite difficult. I think affordability always plays a massive part in housing. And when you're room sharing as well, just people that you're going to get along with and not butt heads with too much, so.
Despite their best efforts, not everyone will be the right fit.
You know, usually when the neighbours' roosters crow, about 6:37, they'll all have a bit of a howl and then calm down again. So it's like a bit of a built-in alarm system sometimes.
People just don't read the ad. People don't read the ad. Like we say, must be queer friendly, no meat at home. We're wildlife rescuers who live with animals. And then people turn up and go, I don't like noise. I don't like barking.
Yeah, one factor that would probably put me off would be if there's constant noise, like barking and howling every day. Apart from that, yeah, everything seems all right.
Set on a rural property with a super busy shelter, 3 human housemates, and 47 animals. Could you live in this house?
I suppose to a new housemate, I'd just kind of enter it with an open mind.
The animals do present their own unique challenges. Trying to reconcile animal things and people things is always going to be a point of contention in a share house. But once you see that there is this awesome community of volunteers and housemates and friends who are working to make this place run, I think that that's a really fantastic thing to be a part of, and it's something that people get really passionate about.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, guys. I have a message from Rihanna. Might be really bad.
Rihanna or Rihanna?
Rihanna. No, it says Rihanna on the email.
She's
She had Rihanna. Rihanna?
It's a nickname.
I don't know.
What does it say?
It says Rihanna. All right, just hang on. It's loading. It's loading. Ah! Okay, it says, hey, just letting you know, I would be happy to move into your available room if you guys are happy with that. It was awesome meeting you all, and there was a smiley face. Yeah. We have a housemate.
Has Jules created the ultimate housemate utopia, or are there flaws in this economy?
It is a problem when you are working quite a lot and you don't have enough time to actually do some of the chores in the house that ends up making you pay more.
Certainly the financial system, seeing how much has been added on at the end of the month by not doing tasks as well too, is sort of like, oh.
I think the system really works if everybody had a really similar lifestyle. And so either you change your life a little bit to make it work with the house, or just pay for it.
Yeah, it's fair, but when you've got to pay that amount at the end of the month, it doesn't feel fair, and you've got to remind yourself that it is a fair system.
We've got so many boys in the house and they eat truckloads of food and so much Weet-Bix. And for me, I eat so little, and we just have to have shared groceries. The thing is, though, I sometimes find that I'm always paying a lot more for groceries, even though I eat a significant amount less. But yeah, there's no answer to that, sadly. We never really solved that one.
Ying pondering all the possibilities. What will she do as Anna's tower falls like that?
This is sheep, isn't it?
Sheep, yeah.
So legend has it that the house used to host the best house parties in Melbourne.
Alright, going for the mix of orange, sheep and brick, good call. Like it.
Yeah, we were a party house when we were predominantly in our 20s.
Now we seem to have nothing quite so rambunctious, I suppose.
I'm so bummed out about the fact that this house used to have the biggest rages ever, and I'm slowly trying to bring that back.
We'd have 300, 350 people come over, DJs playing in the courtyard, bands playing in the lounge room, a cocktail bar in the kitchen, and friends running the door for the doorless.
But those days are behind us. There's some younger housemates that want to reinstigate such parties, but on the whole, it's more of a slightly older 30s person share house.
Dinner parties. I'm not 30. I'll wait till I'm 30 for my dinner parties. Still got a YOLO solo, basically.
Could you live in a share house with such a system? Could it work for you?
You know, the point system's part of how the house runs, but
it isn't just
the house. Yeah.
That's for sure.
Should we set the table, guys?
Having a nice clean toilet isn't necessary, and you need to make people clean the toilet, so a monetary value is the only way to make it happen, I say.
Sometimes I like thinking about the real economy in terms of what it would be like if it was more like the house. Like, you just allocate yourself bunches of money for helping people out. I think in some ways, like, that would be a much nicer place, but obviously fraught with some problems.
The thing I love about living in a share house is I think if it's done well, it's the best way to live.
Across Australia, more and more people are turning to house sharing as not just a lifestyle choice, but a necessity.
Done and dusted.
Our housemates have found their own ways to make it work.
What is wrong with everyone thinking that it's okay to eat food off the floor?
Most of the time. But could you see yourself living in any of these houses?
Nice. All right, barbecue.
Great job, guys.
Do you know what the definition of cult is? Do you reckon I could look that up?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe it is. No, what is the definition of a cult? Does anyone know? A young, uncastrated male horse.
I think that's C-O-L-T.
Is it C-U-L-T?
In cities and towns across Australia, people are sharing their living spaces with housemates. There are many different ways of making sharing work, and in this episode, we went out and found two of the more unique, interesting, and controversial ones. First up, there's the Jesus house.
Turn to the person next to you, get them to pray for you, and you'll get better. It's wild. Jesus loves you.
And for believers of a different kind, there's the almost vegan house.
I think that my decision is the best decision in the world, and I try to convince everyone that I'm right.
But could you live in these houses?
When God's in your life, most days and most weeks become very extraordinary.
This is a share house with 8 housemates.
And then the Lord. Absolutely.
Make that 9 housemates.
It's just a couple of boys living together, brought together by love.
There's 3 levels, a pool, and a room that kind of looks like a church.
You've probably seen thousands and thousands of miracles. My friend Leighton, I prayed for his back and his back cracked. And then in that moment, all of his addictions to alcohol and all of his anxiety left.
Each of the housemates has had their own journey to the house.
Alcohol, gambling, women, drugs, it was all in. But when I encountered his spirit, 10 years of abuse got instantly taken off.
But you won't find any female housemates.
I walk around naked in the house, and I couldn't do that if girls were here. You know, it might cause them to lust, just because, like, I'm quite a specimen.
You've got to follow and worship Jesus to live here.
I was just praying, God's like, don't get a job and give away your money. So I was like, might as well, I'm just going for it.
And most of the guys aren't just sharing a house, but also a room.
There's no hiding about it or beating around the bush. Like Toby is not clean.
With 2 housemates leaving, who's going to move in?
I don't want him to leave. I keep asking him to pray about it. I'm like, just pray about it, and if you do leave, you haven't prayed about it.
This is the Jesus house.
I don't think you have anything to worry about here. We're not trying to hide anything.
I live with 7 other people. We're all varied from ages to sizes and even skin color.
They're an extraordinary bunch. There's JT, he lives up with Joseph, young Buck, which is Toby, and then we got Dutch here, King Louis, which is Lewis.
There are Mitchell, Skipper, got Tadiwa, and then we have a new housemate, Adrian, and Jesus. Yeah, he's hovering around somewhere.
Would you just show us what it looks like to let go, Papa?
The joy David had.
I used to live in a house when I was about 18 years old with a lot of other people, and we had a common interest, which was it was partying. And so we would gather every day, almost every day, and we would partake in things that we probably can't speak about. But I found that wasn't really sustainable. And when I met the Lord, I felt God said He wanted to do a similar thing here at this house, where people could come with a common belief and actually begin to explore what being in a relationship with God looks like.
Wait, Mitchie, do you reckon we set up the lights from those trees to this tree? You just go across? Yeah?
Do you reckon there is a way to do it without going over my pedal board?
Standing on it.
But are you in my way?
So this weekend we're going to be having a big Holy Ghost farewell party for a couple of our housemates who actually feel like their time is up here and they're going to be moving on, which is really exciting.
Yeah, so for the party today, it's really awesome. A lot of the community, a lot of our friends, a lot of the girls we know, they're all coming over to help cook and help set up. It's been really fun, so hopefully we'll be set up by tonight.
This is Lewis's first share house. At the beginning, it seemed so easy.
It's just like the Lord just kept backing me financially every week. So like as I was just praying, God said, learn to trust me. And then 15 minutes later, a guy would call me like, hey man, like I was just praying and God just put you on my heart to give you like $300, man, like is that all right? And then he just give it to me.
When you have a culture where people try to live by faith, sometimes money's not there on time. So we have to work through it. Because I never want to stop people from trying to learn to believe God, you know? But sometimes we think God's saying something else, but maybe he's not. So just like allow them to grow. But then there's also like guys, we also have to pay rent. You know, we need to honor our real estate agent.
God would just provide money for me all the time, and then it just stopped out of nowhere. And I was just like, man, like I'm gonna have to, you know, like figure something out, like maybe I have to get a job, like.
And I just had to sit down and question him. I was like, Lewis, did God tell you not to work because he's gonna pay your money, or is this got to do with actually like you just don't want to work? So we had to say, you either have to probably go home or we need to get you a job.
So there was this real tension at the house. It was like, you know what? We're gonna fast for 2 days and we're gonna seek God for an answer. And then we just sat there and prayed, and then this thing just burst up and said, you need to stay in Brisbane, and the best thing for your character is to work as a tradie for the next 3 months. So 2 weeks ago, I started working as a painter every day.
The Jesus house could be perfect for your beliefs. But if not, this smaller share house could be more your kind of lifestyle.
I think I would feel intimidated moving into this house, especially if I was in it, because I think I am quite intimidating.
This is a share house that's actually a share apartment.
Last night I woke up at 4:30 and the guys downstairs were playing their music, like really fucking loud.
There's 4 bedrooms and 3 close-knit housemates.
We all get along well. I think that's the success of the house as well. We're all really honest with each other.
Ella and Una originally started the house.
When I make a decision, I think that my decision is the best decision in the world, and I try to convince everyone that I'm right.
And both are passionate vegans.
It just seems really normal to me. Like I don't understand how everyone in the world isn't living like this.
Then there's new housemate and friend Maddie.
I guess for them, they compromise by letting me live here. Like I think that's their compromise, by allowing me to eat meat within these walls.
Together, they want to change the world by going waste-free.
I don't think you realise how crazy you are until you have to talk about your life choices.
After such a difficult search, they've finally found a new housemate.
It is nice that Maddie also eats meat. I guess I don't feel like I'm the only leper in the village.
But in such an outspoken share house, will she fit in?
I don't want to think about it if she doesn't work out. I don't know, I guess.
Bully her out of it? Yeah, I think I'll just make her feel really bad until she can't stand the house anymore and leave. That's, yeah. I mean, if she's not on the lease, I can do that, right? Yeah.
This is the almost vegan house.
We're all doing it at the wrong time. How horrible and awful. This is me? No, this is me. Which one are you, Ella?
I think I'm that one.
Oh, that's me. That's always been me. I think we're all very driven and outspoken women. We're quite passionate and we like expressing our opinions. We're all quite conscious about how we live.
Every year I set myself like little challenges, and this year I'm being 100% waste-free. All of a sudden everyone else started being waste-free too, which was amazing. I just said, I'm doing this thing, and they were like, okay.
It might be a lot of pressure for someone who first comes and then you adapt, but you put pressure on yourself as well to be like a really upstanding member of this household and kind of commit yourself fully to it.
We had a bunch of plastic bags from before to put our veggies and stuff in the fridge, and then we wash them and reuse them until their life is over. I don't know, it doesn't seem unusual to me, but maybe it is.
I think as a woman it's kind of hard to be waste-free. Like our menstrual cycle, we didn't ask for this, but it's something that we have to do, and tampons are really destructive to the environment. Like there's like a lot of other elements to our lives.
I'm 19. So I'm doing a Bachelor of Circus Arts at the moment, and I'm in my 3rd year now. So I started doing these little portraits in high school. I was experimenting with watercolours and submitted it to like the Junior Archibald, and then I ended up winning it. And so I was like, oh, maybe I do like doing these. At the moment at uni, we have our final show. So I'm making an act about fur in the fashion industry. Not to be a crazy vegan, but also to be a crazy vegan. Yeah. I only judge people if it's something that's affecting other people's lives, i.e. animal lives or future generation lives, like using plastic bags. I do judge people about that a lot, and I am vocal about it. Being waste-free, some of the things I do is make my own toothpaste, make our dishwashing liquid, I make my own deodorant, I make my own nut milk, I make my own flour. Making my toothpaste tastes like dirt. Usually people add things like stevia in it to make it a bit sweeter, but I don't mind the taste of dirt. Sounds weird. We very much fit into like a stereotype. I reckon you could stereotype us. Oh, I don't know, 20-year-old women who are like quite privileged and studying arts. I paint, I'm studying dance, and I'm in my 3rd year. So ideally I'd really like to live in an all vegan house because I don't actually like living with meat in the house. I don't like dairy, I think dairy is even worse than meat. I have a lot of friends that aren't vegans, and like, I guess I'm always hopeful that maybe they'll kind of change their mind.
I grew up in a circus school, so I had 13 years of circus, and I kind of just got really sick of it and needed to get it out. Yes, I ran away from the circus. I ran pretty fast. I think I'm currently in that spot at the moment in life where I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of working out the next step. I like meat.
Well, I don't know, do you guys care that one had chicken in it? Maybe don't use it, that container.
Yeah, that's probably good to know.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds so terrible. Like I sound like a bad person, but they really humanize animals in this house, so it's really difficult to kind of be like, yeah, I like the taste of that. It's great.
Are you gonna do floors here, Dutch? Yeah. Attaboy.
We have like a delegation system. Everybody's got like their own space.
One of the ways that people best learn is by example. So if someone doesn't do the chore, we'll just do the chore for them for the sake of inviting them into a lifestyle that's more selfless and more rooted in love.
Because we live on the 2nd story, we found the best way to get rid of our rubbish is by lifting up the bin lid with this rope and tossing it out the window.
first time in my life I was sharing a room with somebody, and that's a whole nother roller coaster in itself. The most challenging thing is that two people might see clean differently. I like things to be neat and things to be put away and your laundry in one place, whereas my roommate might get home and just leave his clothes on the floor. So it's no good just like building up this resentment inside and then not speaking it.
Any house orders?
Attaboy, Parry, bring it up.
Wow, just like, why is it always Teddy first? Maybe someone else wants to go.
He was like, I'm gonna be the...
Maybe someone else wants to first.
I'll go on.
There you go.
Like, I find like people do leave their stuff around. It's just like honouring our toilets and our bathrooms and all the communal areas.
Yeah, good call.
Just your bedrooms, that's your personal space, go ahead. But like, don't bloody leave skiddies on the toilet, or just wipe up your pee if you pee on the seat. Like, have a bit of respect for everyone else in the house. Yeah.
As I've been learning how to live with 7 boys, I have had to deal with unmet expectation. And if I'm to be real, of course, it can lead to frustration.
Today's the day, it's all happening. It's mixed emotions. There's a bit of excitement, a bit of wanting to stay, wanting to go and start up your own.
With Tarawa moving out to start his own discipleship house, and Dutch off to travel the world and spread the word, news of the empty room hits the community, and a new housemate has been chosen.
The way we get housemates is, I guess it's not like a real process or a real method every time. It's just the way the wind blows them in. It's just the way the Lord brings them in.
We believe God tells us that that's the right member for the house.
But they don't always get it right.
We've had one guy who moved out just because he had some old lifestyles that he wanted to hold on to. And because he was holding on to them, not in a place of vulnerability or whatever, it created this inner turmoil.
We tried and tried and tried, and then he just shut us out and just lived like a bit of an alcoholic. There's a point where like, okay, maybe it's not beneficial for him to be in the house at the moment. And then God just kind of took him out. Not like took him out, but just like it kind of happened naturally.
So we got a bit of stuff to chuck into the place. First time I saw Mitchell, I just see this guy, looks like a hippie, bro, doing all these weird things, like, you know, I was just like, what the heck's this all about?
Have the housemates and God got it right this time?
What sort of sharehouse dishwasher are you? Are you the soaker? Or perhaps you're the stack 'em, leave 'em and do 'em all at once type? Or are you that rarest of creatures, the unicorn of housemates, the mythical wash-as-you-go perfectly clean type? We called in an expert to find the best approach.
Hi, I'm Kathy Moyer. I'm a senior food microbiologist at the CSIRO.
So Kathy, should we soak 'em?
Ideally, no. The microbes on the food and food scraps that you leave on your plates on the bench can grow. And then once you add water, that'll create a microbial soup.
So stack 'em then.
Unless you've rinsed and stacked them in the dishwasher. The microbes that have grown on the food scraps on the plates stacked next to the sink can potentially cross-contaminate the food that you're preparing for the next meal. We actually see a spike in gastroenteritis in people aged 20 to 25 years old, and we can only hypothesise that this is the time when young adults are moving out of home, cooking for themselves and perhaps undertaking riskier behaviour in their kitchens.
So how do I cook for my housemates without killing them?
There are 4 key things to remember. Clean the area thoroughly, cook foods thoroughly, chill foods and leftovers as soon as possible, and separate ready-to-eat foods such as fruit and salads from raw meats.
Still processing that clean step. Any final tips?
Don't leave the pizza and the leftover takeaway on the bench overnight. Put it in the fridge.
But I've only ever done that literally hundreds of times. Thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome.
With the girls needing to fill the spare room urgently, they had to search outside of their friendship group.
We only wanted a vegan and we only wanted a girl, and they had to be in their 20s and the same value system as us, so not a Trump follower. I reckon Una sorted through like 300 messages all up.
I was really shocked when we started advertising like how many people were looking, and I reckon it's like gotten harder over the last like 2 years.
Sure you want to code that?
Yeah. Maddie's like, ugh.
Not that bad.
Iron Woman. Go, girl.
Right now with housing, it is so difficult to find anywhere to live. just like people are so desperate, they're just writing anything you want to hear.
One of the messages Una got was, "Hi, I am a 27-year-old carnivore and I can't stay here very long. Hope to hear back from you soon." Like, why would you think being like an old carnivore would fit into our vegan household?
I think as soon as someone walks through the door, you can kind of be like, no, yep. And that was kind of like what it was with Geneva. We're like, yeah, you work, that's cool.
You just end up knowing who is yes and who is no, and who to put effort into finding out more about, and who to be like, can you please leave?
Okay, come on, we can't look like women who can't lift mattresses, guys.
I haven't really met these girls before. They've all known each other for ages, so I just like to spend some time with the girls, honestly, and
Get away from me.
Yeah, get away from Alex. Alex lives like 5-minute walk, so we were thinking of getting walkie-talkies. And we can just say, come over. Over, yeah.
Geneva is a stranger. You have to get to know her a little bit. Sometimes the people that you think are going to be really good turn out to be really bad as well. I'm not sure how the boyfriend's going to go because he might be over a lot. The other thing is, like, I don't know how much she'll be at his house. Then we'll never really spend time with her. It's a balance because I don't want him over a lot, but I also don't want her away a lot. So can they just be really even? That'd be good.
How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you.
How are you, my friend?
Big fella.
How are you?
The underlying philosophy of this house would have to be love. And just like, I want to love you and I want to expect nothing in return.
Where do we put it, man?
Is it even a king? It looks like it's bigger than a king.
It is bigger than a king.
I'm the king.
Well, I'm bigger than the king.
Whoa.
I think the biggest thing that would worry me about new housemates is just watching how culture works. So being sure that when someone new comes in, that we are influencers rather than having them come in with a stale culture that can change and shake the culture that we already have.
Do it, say it, top. Do it. Is that good? Do it.
Do you reckon you could pray for us, Titty?
Let's pray. Lord, I just pray for tonight that it'll flow so organically, God.
Yes,
I
Lord.
pray that you remain the center of it all. Holy Spirit, I invite you to come and party with us tonight. We want to have a Holy Ghost party tonight, and we thank you. In Jesus' name.
Come on.
In Jesus' name, God, we thank you.
Amen, amen. Let's hit it. Let's give it.
You go to a house where it's just friends that might not know the love of Jesus, and you go and interact with them in their home, or you see how they live, and it's a very big culture of I'll do this for you if you do this for me, you know? So to the boys in the house, I just want to thank you all.
A lot of the things that goes on here, like I can't really 100% relate to it because it looks weird as heck, man. I'm just not used to it.
If you are sick or have any injuries, just turn to the person next to you and get them to pray for you, and you'll get better. It's wild. Jesus loves you.
To be honest, I feel different than a lot of people that live here as well. I think it's a culture thing, maybe a little bit. But what's kind of fun is when you have people that are completely different cultures, but coexisting in a way like this. I mean, I think it's really beautiful, and I'm drawn to it like nothing else.
With 8 housemates plus Jesus, sharing your room, but with a culture of love and worship, could you live in this share house?
I don't know, I guess we serve Jesus. And if people want to call it a cult, they can call it whatever they want. But really, it's a place where we come and surrender our hearts to something higher than ourselves.
And now, a cautionary tale of when good housemates go bad. Based on your true life stories.
Dear Kelly, I'm sorry I'm leaving you a note instead of speaking to you in person, but this is a bit of a delicate subject. I just wanted to let you know that over the last few weeks, there's been a noise issue. The noise has been keeping me awake at night and really distracting me during the day. It's starting to become a problem. It's your vibrator, Kelly. It's too loud. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with it. Maybe it needs a service. You should probably get it checked. Because it really is very loud, like industrial strength loud. Mum came round last week and I had to tell her they were doing roadworks in the laneway. Anyway, I'd really appreciate it if you could just keep the noise down a bit. Or for God's sake, get a boyfriend. Love, Fiona!
All sex toys need to be fully serviced every 6 months or 10,000 kilometres, whoever comes first. For details, contact your local sex toy service centre.
I guess just washing up utensils properly.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, this board, actually, I don't think we ever told you this. This is like no animal products board.
Yeah.
Is it?
My goal for the house is 100% waste free, 100% vegan, and very arty. So maybe that's a bit of a reflection of the way I live, but also a reflection of how I want society to be.
My name is Geneva. I'm originally from Arizona, but I've been in Australia about 12 years. My creativity is mostly watercolour paintings. I mostly do quirky little animals wearing clothes, so quite a specific niche. I guess slight hesitancy about the waste-free and veganism aspect. That, I guess, was a little bit confronting at first for me because I thought, am I going to be able to live up to that?
I think I thought she was vegan and I was like, oh no, like this is going to be terrible. But then she was like, oh, no, I eat meat and I love cheese. And I was like, oh, this is going to be great.
Geneva, I think, is a pliable subject. I don't think it'll be hard to convince her ways to change. It apparently takes 21 days to break a habit, so maybe it'll take 21 days, because it's kind of a habit. If she doesn't go vegan, maybe I'll just keep throwing her meat in the bin until she stops buying it. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that, because that's even more of a waste. So this is our compost for about 5 days, and this is our non-recyclable rubbish for 2 weeks-ish.
Being waste-free has been difficult. I am still working on it, but I'd say I'm getting there, definitely. I'm way more conscious than I was before I moved into this house.
I mean, obviously there's a really different person in the house. There's really different things in the fridge.
Nobody has ever said to me, it's better to be vegan, anything like that necessarily. They recommend documentaries and things to me that are interesting, and I've watched a couple of those, and they allow you to make up your own mind. They're not like brainwashing me or anything.
It looks like a child. It's beautiful colours happening. I don't know, it's been pretty easy. Like, I've hardly seen her really. She's not here a lot.
I've spent maybe half my time in the house, half the time at Alex's place. I guess being part of a couple has probably impacted how quickly I'm getting to know the girls, but
it's not always realistic to be best friends with your housemates. It's sometimes an unhealthy expectation.
Geneva hasn't been home much because she's been at her boyfriend's, so I don't know what it's been like. It's been very chill, like we haven't really seen each other at all in ages. I saw Geneva for the first time in like 3 weeks, 2 days ago. I was like, hi, person living in my house.
With 2 vegans and 2 meat eaters trying to influence the world by going waste-free, could you live in this tight-knit house?
Once you start noticing the effects that humans have on our environment, and once you start engaging with that, your brain switches into another way of living. And it is about trying to rewrite the wrongs of other generations, I guess.
So I think if I can make a mini version of my ideal society in this house, then it can hopefully influence another house to be the same, and then dominoes.
Yep.
So we just got a message in the group chat from Geneva saying that she's moving out to live with her boyfriend Alex.
Makes a lot of sense. She was there 99% of her time anyway. I guess just the prospect of finding another housemate is just a bit daunting.
I think we're done with the internet.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to use any more sites or anything. That's it.
I reckon next time we'll just get someone we know.
Across Australia, more and more people are turning to house sharing as not just a lifestyle choice, but a necessity.
That was not on my shelf.
That was on your shelf because it's been there for ages.
Our housemates have found their own ways to make it work.
It's a bit clean, but it's not hard.
Most of the time. But could you see yourself living in any of these houses?
Remember, one way for Jesus.
You don't want to just be walking off stage dick out because, you know, you're soft, you're so concentrating on your show, you're not turned on necessarily. So what value does walking off stage with a soft dick have? No value. The girls are just like, you know, like, unless you've got a fucking huge hard dick like that, there's no value in it. You're better off being more of the tease.
In cities and towns across Australia, people are sharing their living spaces with housemates. There are many different ways of making sharing work, and in this episode, we went out and found two of the more unique, interesting, and controversial ones. First up, there's the stripper house.
You can love more than one friend, you can love more than one family member. Why can't you love more than one person sexually?
And for a different kind of openness, there's the anarchist house.
It does sound very hippie. It's also much more than that, but yeah, I don't hate that word.
But could you live in these houses? In this share house, there's Joel.
The hardest thing is other people understanding and accepting it. Polyamory just means many loves.
And his ex-girlfriend, Kai.
As a side job, I sell my used underwear. You'd be surprised at how many men buy them. It's crazy.
And couple, Ali and Bryce.
Crazy, loud, sexually open people.
That was an incoherent sentence, but yeah.
And then there's Hugo.
We all live in a harmony here, and that's because they keep the big boss happy.
Not only do they live together, but work together too.
It gets to you after a while. It's like, fuck, I have to see this person again.
While the girls work the bar, the boys have a different kind of job.
People always think that the strippers do all the seedy work. It's not the truth. We get groped by grandma more than you could imagine.
There's a complicated mix of relationships.
You want to start World War III? You know Kai will push it even further.
And the freedom to be open sexually.
I like being naked a lot, so we just all are naked. I'm probably naked the most in the house.
Well, most of the time.
I feel better with a lock on the door because they used to just open the door and just start doing sex acts in front of me. So.
Can this group of outcasts
Do you want me to punch you in the arm?
make a functional share house?
Everyone's got their own little set of rules and boundaries that you just don't cross. For some reason, I feel like I'm the only bloody person in this house that gets that.
This is the stripper house.
That is a lot worse than what I thought.
That's
It's been a few months since I got you good. Give me a second.
Dude, it's all over the roof. Having financial stuff and cleanliness, all that kind of thing, puts a strain on a friendship, but I think we're all really like a family, and I think that living with anyone else, I'd hate it. Because I wouldn't be as free and open to do anything that I want, you know? No one's gonna let me have an orgy in the house, probably, you know, because it's like, what the fuck? But look at it, it's all over there.
I did not mean to get it in the wall.
It's on the roof.
Holy shit.
When people grow up, they're not so much in touch with themselves, who we really are, and we are free to be who we choose, and we choose to stay young at heart, which means the pranks are very much encouraged in this house as long as we don't damage the house.
Alright, we are recording. What are you doing here?
In this household, I have no clue.
Hey Joel, you daddy slut. Where'd you just come from?
This is Kai's room. Don't go in there. She likes to have it all nice and messy. With 5 people living in a house, we have about 45 relationships. Ali has her own relationship with herself. I have my own relationship with myself. I have a relationship with Ali. She has a relationship with me. If you do the math, there's about 45 relationships involved. To have every single relationship perfect, it is so hard to do.
They just make more and more mess. That's why Ali and I do all the cleaning, because the boys just fucking wreck everything.
Joel has no sense in cleanliness whatsoever. His standard of cleaning is way down there, and I think mine is normal.
I understand that, no one's house is really that clean. So I said to him basically, I need to bring my cleaning up a notch, and he needs to bring his expectations of cleaning down a notch, and hopefully find a more middle ground.
If the stripper house is a bit too open for you, meet a share house who also challenge the norm, but with their clothes on.
We talk about love and community and sharing and harmony. We talk about non-violent communication. Boy, do these things sound like hippie-ish activities.
This is a share house with 7 housemates, plus 2 guests on the couch.
The Hive is a place of abundance outside of capitalism.
The housemates are trying to build an alternative lifestyle.
Everyone's interested in challenging norms.
Whoa, community, yes! The Hive, as the house is known, is on a large block with a front and back garden and a granny flat. They plan to open up their share house to the wider community.
I reckon it'll be ready in some form.
But trying to create their own utopia on a rental lease, can this work?
What happens if we're told to leave? The way the laws are, you could be asked to leave at any time.
This is the anarchist house.
This is the corner that we've been allocated to use our phones. Hey dude, hey! Stay there.
So living at the Hive at the moment is, of course, B and myself, and we arrived first. And then who came second? Ashlyn is a Canadian traveller. There's Martina and Sasha. They're the gingers. They're madly in love. And then there's Michael.
We met through a coalition against duck shooting.
And next came Dash, who's a mad permaculturalist.
Yeah, my name's Dash, and who am I? Is a very interesting question.
At the moment, Vaughan is a guest, but he'll be moving into a room really soon.
The Hive is a share house which operates more like a communal centre, pretty much directly opposed to the neoliberal hyper-individuality that we've got in our culture. Not anarchy as in unstructured chaos, but as in no one is anyone's boss.
Yeah, I consider the Hive to be really young. It's still developing in terms of problem solving, the way we do things.
Because we didn't put our bins out this week, it's really full and smelly.
So who's in charge in a house full of anarchists?
We've really tried to undermine the idea of Jeff and I being founders. There's already a power dynamic there that I'm very uncomfortable with. I consider everyone that's moved in to be a founder.
I think the best part of living in the Hive is just the love I get shown by my housemates. And I love that sense of camaraderie that I have with people here.
Good form. Yoga every day, this guy.
So we've been in the Hive for about 8 months now. And now we're in a phase where we're starting to actually open up to more people outside the house because now we have a few things to share.
The network of share houses ideally would be in walking distance, and it would be groups of people who want to achieve similar things and just share resources and skills.
To get the ball rolling, the Hive are building 3 spaces. There's a garden, food share, and a communal library. It's all hands on deck to finish before their upcoming launch day.
Do is I get a strip of this stuff.
We really want the people in their house to prioritise the house.
The aim is to have a kitchen garden. Oh, soil porn. We're gonna grow your usual suspects, silver beet and carrots and chicory and all those yum things.
And we can just go through like chickens.
Go through chickens?
No, go through it like chickens and just get as much out as we possibly can.
It's just a metal pole. Level 3 muscles.
We could have it done today for enough people.
Have to turn it into a pole to grow beans or something.
That would actually be sick. Oh, cool.
I love this toy.
So this is a library space, and the lending is free, and a lot of people have donated books.
Sometimes coming into the house, there's a lot going on and it's just so chaotic. There are times that I've felt overwhelmed.
Because we want to put the books in categories, so if we write out what the categories are: emotional resilience, creativity and fun stuff, positive fiction, self-help and psychology.
That looks way too
Oh, it's
sloppy.
family time, guys. Let's cook some bread.
That is so sloppy.
Bake some bread.
In this house, some relationships are harder to define.
Yeah, when me and Kai were dating, we were polyamorous pretty much from the start. And polyamory to us was the fact that you can love more than one person.
Once you're ready, do this. Ready? Come on. Ready.
Mum, that's too close.
He's my ex, I'm his ex. But we had a very open relationship. So now it's like, pff, I don't care. I mean, I've watched him have sex with other people, so it didn't faze me at all, you know?
Want to see the best part of my bedroom? My vibrator.
That's my vibrator, but...
What's Joel's now? Mine, because I broke it.
Well, it's just the matter that you can love more than one person. I mean, you can love more than one friend, you can love more than one family member. Why can't you love more than one person sexually?
This is my collection of sex toys, and I have them because I really like sex and they make sex better. I don't know, I'm a very open person and I try not to be very judgmental, and I think that sex is really important, and I think that it's really important in life to be able to be who you are. And we've got another like spanking tool. It's just got freak on it, so if you hit it hard enough you actually get the imprint of freak on your bum. We go to kink parties, had a lot of threesomes, orgies, yeah. All of it.
All of it. Do you want to do the group routine to start off with?
Oh, what?
Or my one?
I think let's start off with yours. Okay. And then, if Kai wants, she could be lap dance dummy.
People assume that 3 strippers living in a house, they're all female. I think it's because it's a female-dominated industry.
Joel is rehearsing his new leading role. He's got a week before he goes on stage.
Bryce and Hugo started working at the club, and they were like, hey Joel, if you start hitting the gym, you could start working here. So I started hitting the gym pretty much, and like 6 months later, then I got the opportunity to do it.
I think that a lot of people view male strippers like, no, why would you want to do that? But it's like, why wouldn't you want to do it, you know? Because you've got a bunch of women who are drunk all over you and just want to fuck you. It's pretty much what it is, you know?
The first time I came out of the change rooms dressed up, approached my first 3 girls, they just laughed. And I was just like, shit. Oh, baby!
Being on stage, getting your name shouted by hundreds of women, I can tell you there's probably not many greater feelings than that.
Ali and I just give them shit a lot because they're, you know, they fake tan, shave their legs, and they're really girly, so we just hang shit on them all the time.
Hi, I'm Joel. I like to fake tan my asshole.
Bloody hell, Ali. It's the best ass you've ever seen.
What are you fake tanning for, Joel?
Saturday night,
What's Saturday night?
stripping.
He's getting a root.
If I could sort of like come down and then like handstand there.
You want to crouch?
Yeah. Well, not exactly there, you know, around there.
Yeah, that might hurt a little bit.
I'm still finishing the final touches on the construction worker routine. It's a little intimidating, not knowing what to do, but pretty much just be yourself and they will love it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no! Come here, seriously.
What about if I try just my hands in?
Okay.
You'd think them being strippers that they would be like the most confident people you've ever met in your life, but they're not. You know, everyone's got insecurities, but they're very body confident, you know, and that's really important. And I think that it's actually helped me and Ali in ourselves be more confident in our bodies, you know. All of Saturday day and Saturday night is just all about the boys. They're practicing at home, rehearsing their shows. They're like, oh, does this look good? Does that look good? You know, and we just let them do, you know, their own thing and help them as much as we can for the show. So, yeah, it is a bit about them on the weekends.
One of the worst things about the male stripping industry is that a lot of guys are in it for money. And then there's a select few that are actually born to entertain.
The time for rehearsals is over, as tonight's the night for Joel to take the lead.
Hey, so a little bit nervous about my new show tonight. Hey, you haven't seen it yet. But we'll see how it goes. I've been rehearsing the best I can, and all we can really hope is that the girls love it.
All right, let's get this started with a bang. How many girls in the room want to see naked men right here?
And now, a cautionary tale of when good housemates go bad. Based on your true life stories. Let me tell you a little story about a guy I knew years ago, named Eddie. Eddie lived in a share house. There were two things that Eddie loved more than anything. The first was smoking. Eddie loved smoking so much that he would often get up in the middle of the night to have a cheeky cigarette, waking up the entire house in the process. The other thing that Eddie truly loved was phone sex. He just couldn't get enough of it. Now, this was years before mobile phones. So Eddie had to partake of his phone sex on the landline, which was situated in the lounge room. His housemates were made so uncomfortable by his masturbatory activities that they had to get 1-900 numbers barred on their phone. The activity ceased. Eddie moved out soon after, but not before getting a small section of the carpet in front of the couch rigorously steam cleaned. As a side note, there's absolutely no truth to the rumor that one of the female housemates became pregnant from sitting on Eddie's favorite cushion. Eddie's favorite cushion was later donated to a local IVF clinic.
So you have to cook dinner once a week for 7 people.
The family meeting is absolutely essential to the operation of the hive.
You just write down agreements.
Oh, only agreement. We meet once a week and we're all expected to be there. That is one of the pretty firm expectations of the house.
To come in that space using non-violent communication, so there's a respect for other people.
We always start with a check-in, which is when we tell each other about how we're feeling.
Everyone gets a chance of being vulnerable, and we all kind of start buzzing off it together, you know, and realise that we all love each other and that we're all, like, together.
Maybe we could talk about putting an upper limit on how long this meeting's going to go for.
We should talk about rent as well, probably.
Up to 50 I was fine, but I am like sleeping on a futon in the living room, so like I'd like to not get above like 50 for if you don't.
But then that being said, if you weren't here, where would you be staying and how much would it cost?
I'd be staying at a hostel for probably about 28 a night.
So that would be more than 50 a week. Because it's 50
I guess
for
that's
the
true,
week.
yeah.
We have an amount of rent we've got to pay, and it's all of our problem, right? When conflict does come up, we don't resort to combative means. What do people feel would best represent our ideal of how we want to get around this imposed kind of capitalist nonsense?
It's just split evenly.
That sounds
good to me.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
In this share house, equality is key, but it's a bit trickier for full-time students, Sasha and Martina.
Their passion is actually the academics, and our passion is actually arts.
It was just sort of an agreement that was made at the beginning that people would prioritise the place.
There was a feeling that that we weren't seeing as much from Sasha and Martina as we thought we would.
Is it fair that they are expected to uphold the same degree of commitment and action in terms of projects?
Jeez, I
Look,
don't
guys,
know.
it's not going to be our top priority.
Yeah, it's simply like, it can't be.
It was just a conversation that was had, but what came out of that was ability to practice some conflict resolution and really understanding where each other were coming from.
You know, I was like, I'm ready to bail on this because I'm not interested in starting this project and starting that project.
But yeah, there's definitely ways around it.
So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
While talking it through has dealt with the issue for now, after weeks of hard work, it's finally time to open up the house to the community.
I'm really nervous people won't rock up to tell you the truth, but I have been running around the house like whispering to my other housemates, do you think they'll turn up? Will other people arrive? And they say, I hope so.
Who's celebrating this evening?
In this house, the best part would be that everyone is just crazy. Like, everyone is just very open-minded, no one's really judgmental. And the worst part would just be just having so much time together because we all eat together, we all live together, we all work together, socialise together, everything we do together. And because we're all very big personalities, so that is a challenge, yeah.
Here you go. What? You might want this for your breath.
There's a lot of compromising to do with each other's faults and each other's personalities, but getting along with someone that is different is actually a lot easier than getting along with someone that's just like you, because there's no bigger asshole than me, and if there was someone in this house that was like me, it'd be a bloodbath.
Flashlights. Hammer.
Go on, Jack. I'll wait for the music, yeah. That's not the right music, man.
Man, I was so lost because of the wrong music. But, if you want to be stripping, sometimes you just gotta fucking wing it. The crowd went wild. I was actually really pleased. But, I can make it better next time with some certain things. I was really nervous before the show. My thoughts was there was basically 100% chance that I was gonna fuck something up. So. And yeah, I didn't make it perfect, but that's the whole point, eventually you'll get there. Anything to say, Kai?
I want to go to sleep.
Fuck you, Kai.
With housemates that live and work together, 3 male strippers, and 45 relationships, could you live in this house?
Because we're all open and honest and we all just let each other do whatever, and it is like a tribe, we all are so crazy and wild, and that's probably why we all get along so well.
What are you doing that?
We are all outcasts. We don't fit in anywhere else. We have actually come together in our lives through fate, if you want to say it, and formed a friendship and formed a family. And that is because of our differences that we are more alike than you could ever imagine.
Sometimes share houses fall apart, usually because of people called Jason. Today, we're joining people who live with similar assholes to get some tips on moving out.
So the first thing I'd recommend is getting a good support squad. Keep your eye on the prize. If you're moving out or somebody else is moving out, do what needs to be done to make that happen.
Damn, Liz, I was hoping you'd suggest passive-aggressive notes and setting fire to Jason's bed.
It's really common in conflict to dehumanise, get polarised when you're in the middle of it. And one way to avoid doing that is to think about a couple of things that you really like about that person.
Nope, can't think of anything. But what about legal considerations?
It's really important that you get your name taken off your lease when you leave, because if you don't, you could be held liable to pay unpaid rent or damage to the property, even if it's happened after you've left.
Did I mention he eats breakfast on the toilet? I'm not even kidding. Sorry, anything else, Hannah?
Well, no tenancy law specifically requires that your carpets need to be professionally cleaned at the end of your lease. But be careful, a lot of agents or landlords will include this as a special condition. These are often not enforceable terms, so you should check it with your local tenancy advice service.
So there you have it. Some good advice on getting away from the Jason in your life. Now you know what to do if it all goes to shit.
As people finally start trickling in for the launch, the challenge of building community becomes a reality.
Community is individuals coming together and engaging with one another in ways that transcends just me and you, and it becomes this we thing.
Getting people to invest at the start of anything is really difficult, especially when some of the things you're saying are things they've heard a lot before. When you order the food, you just take it off the shelf, write down who you are and what you took, right? And then you put your money in the jar, or you PayPal it to me or something like that. And maybe a lot of people have tried exactly what we've tried before. So while I would love more people to rock up, it is a challenge.
I'm doing good.
So this is going to be the first recording of renting a book out of this space. Thank you so much.
That was just to get it off the ground and like give the slugs and snails like some sort of.
I think a huge problem with society is just the vast separation in everyone. Everyone has to get their own stuff, so we're consuming so much more, so everyone has their own little universe.
And the shelving?
Yeah, we built the whole thing. Housing insecurity is a ongoing concern of mine. I think perhaps it's what I worry about the most.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of a gamble spending a few weeks building a wall when you're not sure how long you're going to be here for.
Yeah.
So we've invested big time.
It's this endless cycle of renting and house sharing, which is very inefficient, because think of all the times we've had to pack up and move in share house situations and how much energy that takes.
Do you know how you get black olives from
What happens if we're told to leave? I will drink very heavily. I will bawl my eyes out.
It's a bit slimy. It's a bit slimy.
I've moved house a lot. I probably haven't stayed anywhere longer than 3 or 4 months for the past 3 years. So my past experiences have been transient.
I'm been out from med school about 7 or 8 years now, working full time, and I can't afford to buy a house.
2, 3.
Yep, 6.
Thanks so much for showing us how to do it.
Of course.
Yeah, I definitely view it as a success. I think everyone had a lot of fun. Obviously the library is going to be an ongoing project for me. I want to change the system of bookkeeping and make it kind of just more efficient.
I'm a little disappointed with the turnout. A little bit smaller than we anticipated, but I think that kind of goes to the territory of starting new things,
With a group of anarchists trying to create a communal open space within their share house and make it work as housemates, could you live in this house?
I would love the conclusion to be that we do something bigger. I would really love to get a much, much bigger space and do something like this on a larger scale.
We're not creating the answer or living the answer. We're trying to get towards an answer.
What we're doing, it does sound very hippie. It's also definitely to me much more than that, but yeah, I don't hate that word.
Across Australia, more and more people are turning to house sharing as not just a lifestyle choice, but a necessity. Our housemates have found their own ways to make it work.
I'm making Jolson juice and I found a really nice ingredient called Actilax.
Most of the time. But could you see yourself living in any of these houses?
Too old for this shit.